So what you're about to see is an Oregon Trail theme camporee put on by the Boy Scouts. It's really to give us ideas on what we can do for this type of event. I just wanted to thank the Teddy Roosevelt Council in letting me videotape some of their events and the Scouts along the trail out on Long Island. Thanks again, guys. Gun safety is an important part of the Way Out West program. Here it's demonstrated. Of course, the start of any quest, the Scouts are going to need direction on where they're going to have to go. After they're assembled and they have their directions, they're going to need to get started. One of the first things to do is find gold with their new wagon. Wagons can be decorated any way they see fit. Here's an example of a great job done by Webelos. By this point in the event, the Webelos have already received their welcome package with where they're going to go. Most trails go in different directions, so most troops will just start at different locations along the way. So for this Webelos patrol, their first stop is getting the gold. Webelos are allowed to have their parents escort them on the trip if they like, but they try not to intervene as much as possible. As you can see here, the Webelos are pulling their wagon to the river so they can get their gold. Well, as you can imagine, there's some real hazards on the Oregon Trail headed to the gold. Here the Webelos find that they can't get down that hill with their wagon, their equipment. So like in real life, they have to head around the mountain and head a different route. In the wagon, you can see that they have to carry all the equipment that they're going to need for this adventure. From lights to pans, from ropes, all kinds of equipment. So now the boys are on the gold, and here they receive instruction from a Boy Scout that will go over all the different rules and all the responsibilities that good gold miners have way out west. Here they receive 2 pans, and they're going to have to give up their instruction sheet because they're going to be judged on cooperation, how much gold they find, and how efficient they work as a group. So here they're getting their instructions for where their gold's found. There's lots of gold out west. It's all over here in the Klondike. So now the boys, Webelos here, are looking for their gold. Not supposed to pick up the individual pieces, but they're supposed to use their trays to pan. And of course, with rookie miners, they're going to need a little bit of instruction. Here the parents are coming in, taking a look at how they're doing it, and making suggestions on how to find the gold. Other Boy Scouts are coming up and showing them how to shake it, how to get out the extra to get to the gold, and there, already they found some nuggets. This continues on for quite a while. Here, as you can see, many troops are actually panning for gold. Some doing it the right way, of course, Boy Scouts being Boy Scouts, some of them are figuring new ways of doing it, like picking it up off the ground and then putting it into the pan to make the process quicker. But as you can see, all boys do it different ways. There are also some dressed up in way out as regalia, like in the hats. Some boys are panning, some boys are finishing up. Along the way, many trails are marked to show which way is the next station. Well, the Boy Scouts are finding gold.
So how much you get so far?
Look.
That much.
So what do you...
Along the way are things like horseshoes and other events. I wouldn't want to get kicked by a horse and have to give up some of my gold to pay the doctor. And these events can be fun for everybody. Here, another troop is headed to the assayer's office. This is the Owl Patrol, troop number 10. Here, they're going to weigh up their gold and find out if they've won or not. The assayer's not in, so they're going to have to come back later. Just like in the Old West, sometimes it doesn't go as planned. Out on the trail, the Scouts are required to do many things. One is make a fire to cook a pancake. Here's a demonstration of how to cook a fire in different ways. But this is really to demonstrate that many stations can be made up so we could have different events along the trail, here like fire building. Along the trail you may bump into wanted posters, posters that may get you more gold because if you find the criminal you can turn him in and get more gold. More things along the trail that can happen, like eating lunch. How about a fun game of herding cattle? Yep, using a ball and some brushes we can turn an old game into some new fun, and the winner gets gold. Well, here's the archery range, because you know, way out west you gotta watch out for Indians that may be on the trail. Another really cool event that the scouts could do on their trail. So the theory is here that these different gold camps or events could be held at cabins. If it's nicer weather, we can all camp just like the Webelos did here in tents and tent areas. But either way, we can move wagons from location to location and the adults can stay in one spot. Well, it was a fun day that was had by all. We can create lots of locations for the scouts to go to. In this case, there was about 7. Here's a great example of a wagon with all the equipment on it. This event was a council-wide event with about 150 Boy Scouts attending. Right now, I'm developing all the rules and regulations for this event. We're going to try to do this for the spring camporee, but I think this is a really good example of what we could do that's somewhat different in the scouting world. Thanks again for watching and hope to see you out on the trail.